Welcome to the outside. Today I want to do another small project, and that is repotting a bunch of my houseplants as well as putting new plants that I have into their own new pots. Alright, we're back at it. My hat's up there now. Great. Okay, so what I want to do today is repot and put some of my newer plants into pots with some new soil, because I like to do this every single summer. I have this problem where I go to my local plant store, lots of birds, usually in not too good of a mood, and when I walk out, my pocket is a little bit lighter and I have a whole new set of plants. These are not all of my plants. I have a giant fiddly fig in the front of my house. I cannot move it right now. That is way too heavy of an ask. This is my cozy, relaxing time where I just kind of get to zone out, listen to my podcast. So I have a wire table here. I have a box that I'm going to put underneath to catch all of the soil that's going to be coming off. Usually I'll just do this sitting cross-legged on the ground. I feel like this might be a better posture for me to use for my stomach, so that's what I'm going to do. And let's just enjoy some nice cozy plant content. I got my sunscreen, my hat, my sunglasses, I'm sitting in the shade, and I also have to have the extra bonus of like a little mosquito repellent, because I don't know why, but mosquitoes are just so obsessed with me. So the chickens wanted to tell me that we got 2 eggs, and I got a nice big mosquito bite. So let's start with my new babies. This one is a philodendron limelight. This was the first plant that I picked out when I was at the store. I immediately was drawn to it. I usually don't go for this vibrant of plants, but I think that it's just so pretty, and I had like an instant connection with this plant as soon as I saw it. The next group that I got are my rubber trees. I absolutely love rubber trees. I still have 2. I was not able to get a ruby rubber plant last time I was at the plant store, so that was my mission, was to get a ruby rubber plant. I am a sucker for the tineke, whatever you want to call it, this type of rubber tree with the white, or with the cream and green leaves. I just love how moody the burgundy rubber trees are. Now I know it's a mistake to buy a bunch of plants and not have a space to put them, but I always find to make do. There's always more room in the house for plants, so I'm always happy to give that space. So this next one is a white princess philodendron. I just thought this one was so pretty. Okay, and the last one that I bought was a Sansevieria coifin. I know that they have, the larger version is called the whalefin, but this is just a tiny little snake plant that only has 1 leaf. And I think that it is the cutest thing ever, and I think I have a pretty accurate pot to put it in, so this is the cutest little plant I've ever seen. So for $3 he had to come home with me. I just bought some more potting mix at the store because we have soil here from our garden. I find that this is a lot lighter and easier for me to scoop and to put into pots where it's not so dense, so that's what I like to use. I forgot about this one. This is the last plant I bought. This is a bird of paradise. I've only seen bird of paradise in the large form, and I don't have a spot to put that right now, but I've always wanted to try to grow bird of paradise from like little plants. I already have just a terracotta pot. I'm gonna put this and then a little tray underneath, and then that should be perfect. This is so cute. Okay, so 1, done. This is my ZZ plant. She needs a new pot. She is growing up very nicely. I think she was probably this high when I got her. So she's doing pretty good. Obviously ZZ plants are very easy to kind of take care of. They don't need a lot of sunlight. They don't like to be overwatered because they hold a lot of water in the bulbs at the bottom. So we're going to give her some new soil and some nice water. I don't like to remove all of the dirt, especially when it comes to my newer plants, just because I heard that it's better for them to like acclimate into a new environment with their own soil than it is to take them out of their own soil right away and then put them into a brand new environment. So with that, I'm going to just kind of remove any of like the crumbly bits. You can see these giant bulbs underneath. That's where all the water gets hold. So I'm going to put you, so she was in this pot, I think. We'll do this. Money tree. So this one I think has grown here in maybe 2 years. Whenever I repot this, it doesn't have, I got some in here, I'll just be gentle. So it may be controversial, I'm going to put this terracotta pot inside this plastic pot that doesn't have any drainage. Let's see how that looks. So it'll sit about here. There was like another thing I could put underneath it so that it could sit up even higher. It sits down here, it looks too short, right?
No, it looks good.
It would look better here.
Go short again? Maybe a little higher. From
Yeah.
There. Yeah, because I like the twisted roots.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah. You should try to put these little cups down here, place it up here, and then, boom. I think that'll work. I don't think I've ever put money plants in terracotta pots. I see that their roots are pretty thin, so that's a big worry for me about it being too brittle and porous for the roots to attach to. So I'm gonna try. Yes. Ta-da! Alright, batter up, batter up. Who's next? Just giving some more love to some of my current plants. Little Pelia plant, little money tree plant. I love these ones. I've always had at least one, but we had 2 years ago we had a giant snowstorm come around, and a lot of people in our town, including us, had furnaces shut down because we've always had like power out. Our furnace stopped working. You could feel the air going through the vent, but it was not hot. It was the day before Christmas Eve this happened. A lot of people were unable to help us at that point just because a lot of businesses were either closed or the demand was really high due to it being a holiday. We ended up having to leave our house and go stay with family members, which we are always grateful for our family members to help us in that way, especially when you're a mom and dad with a 2.5-year-old and a newborn. So that was kind of scary to make sure that we were all keeping warm because I could see our skin and our noses turn red inside. I gave this one a little bit of water. So once we left to go into my in-laws' place, you only think about the bare minimums. Your children are okay, your animals and your pets are okay, and your house is not going to burn down or get worse in the meantime while you're gone, because honestly that would be the worst, is that our furnace breaks, we leave a heater on in the house, and then our house is gone. So once we knew that we had like everything that we needed, it wasn't until my husband went back to the house like the next day and he just said like, I'm so sorry, all of your houseplants are gone. And the only ones that he thought he could save, and I think there might be a little remnant of this somewhere, and I think it might be at my mother-in-law's, is a little propagation that I had in water. Yeah, so all of my plants wilted and died in the cold, and I was very, very upset because I had like more than what I have right now, and all of them were gone. That next spring, I went plant shopping and kind of started again. So these are the plants that I have restarted, and now that is a huge fear for me every winter is, all right, now we got to deal with the kids, the pets, and the plants. I'm just trying to pick at some of that really dried in dirt. I honestly hadn't taken very good care of this plant. It's very hard to kill this plant unless you have extreme cold. One little plant. All of the nature sounds today, the birds, the chickens, the airplanes. It's a mama and a baby. Make sure that they're sitting at a good height, and then I'll fill it with my potting mix. Okay, this is one of my more recent ones that I got not too long ago. Oh my god, I'm getting lightheaded out here. If you know, you know. I mean, polka dots, pink underneath. Yeah, I'm getting lightheaded already. aside from my rubber plants, that's all the plants that I already had, and now we're gonna move on to the new plants. Little koi, gonna go inside. Tell me this isn't the cutest thing ever. It does have a little bit of damage because I accidentally dropped it, but it's gonna shout up another little sprout. That's so funny. Oh, there's 2, 3. So triplets. So I want her to go and sit in the sun. Maybe like this. Because this pot doesn't have any drainage holes, I'm just going to be able to give it just like little sips of water and have it be okay. We're gonna see. Little koi boy likes this pot. I have 3 pots. The philodendron limelight. And then I have my rubber plants. So let's see. I put it in there. Yoo-hoo! This pot or this pot? This one, pink. Knew it. Nice and easy. I like to do, give water until it drains. By someone who wanted me dead. Hey ladies, drop it down. Just wanna see you touch the ground. There's a big difference here. I don't know if you can tell. Shiny, dull. That's all dust. It needs to get cleaned. And then you go in here. Oh. And that's everything.